Ooh, and we are live. Excellent. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you watching the replay. We are going to get right into it, okay? I'm going to play no games. We're going right into it, okay? And I'll be looking for better acoustics pretty soon, better microphone, okay? Yes, had an individual remove an eviction in 30 days from their LexisNexis report in one shot. Let me read this to you. If you're going through any apartment hunting, Vape in Hollywood, Notification Gang, Subscribe Tribe, and part of Awesome Life Group, LLC. Thank you so much, Vape in Hollywood, for being here. Thank you so much for everyone trickling in right now, coming on in on a holiday weekend. Appreciate you. I won't take up too much of your holiday weekend. I have to get up early, okay? 5 a.m. today, working 5 a.m., okay? I've been put in some work, but for you guys, I love it. So much fun. So it says, hi, Brandon. How are you? Doing good. Good news. So I cleared my entire LexisNexis report after one shot. LexisNexis report after one shot. OMG, this is crazy. But what do I do next as far as Equifax Experian TransUnion? I got that apartment off my LexisNexis. What do I do now? Okay, what do I do? So the next step, I'm dealing with eviction right now, actually. Great. That next step is to dispute the bureaus because they're not going to be able to, quote unquote, verify, okay? Quote unquote, verify with LexisNexis. That's how other individuals have done it very quickly. We have another video out there. If you see, there's an eviction walkthrough process. Actually show the report of CoreLogic and LexisNexis in there, and a young woman who disputed both LexisNexis, CoreLogic, and the three bureaus in a matter of one round. She was able to do it, just like this individual, Lauren. Okay, she was able to do it as well. So if you're going through an eviction right now, it's on LexisNexis, it's on CoreLogic. You dispute with the 609 letters. Guys, LexisNexis and CoreLogic do not get the level of disputes that everyone else does. They don't get those crazies. They haven't gone through. They're not verifying all this stuff. It comes off a little bit quicker. Okay, to each his own. Everyone has their own results. Yes, Pamela Gustava, nice to see you. Thank you, Brandon. My credit score went from 520 to 724. True. I appreciate you for coming in and letting everybody know. I really appreciate that. That's phenomenal. That's fantastic. If you have questions, you have concerns, you're saying, Brandon, these people are getting great results. I want to get good results too. I'm about to give my email yet again. Make sure you always have my email. You always have access to get in touch with me. Okay. It's about the subscribe tribe here. This is about me being of service to you. So let me put in here, hope the typing's not too loud. All right. And if the acoustics aren't that great, I will be looking for a new microphone soon. Okay. Again, if you want us to do it, theawesomelifegroup.com or 609creditrepair.com, you can do it for yourself. You can watch the videos. You can get the video series. You can get the Beyond Committed package, just like Pamela. Right? She went from 520 to 724 doing it herself using 609creditrepair.com. So I appreciate it. Bro, do you get any sleep? You post like 30 videos a day. Oh, brother, I'll tell you what, Sleep is something that I need to get a little bit more of. Yeah, getting a little bit more help. Yeah, but there's no time for sleep when there's credit to be repaired. I will not rest. I will not rest until everybody got that 800 credit score, or at least whatever your goals are. You want to get that house, you want to get that car, you want to get that travel the world. I mean, it changes your life. It changed mine. It's going to change yours. Well, okay. No response from LexisNexis in 30 days. You hit them with that non-response letter. You file a complaint with the CFPB, and you get on them. You keep your own file, right? Because I had little folders. If you watch my Beyond Committed package videos, I have little folders. Write one out for LexisNexis. They don't get in time. Boom. That's a violation. They don't want to play these games. It's very easy to file. The court system is there for you, and they will actually help you fill out that information. It's easy. You don't need a lawyer. You can do it on your own. All right. So if I have an eviction, you don't dispute with credit bureaus. Yes. So you do dispute the eviction with the credit bureaus, but you also want to make it harder for them to verify by disputing the eviction with LexisNexis and CoreLogic. Okay. These are places that quote unquote get verified, like Innovis, SageStream, ARS. We've talked about this, but for some reason, LexisNexis and CoreLogic really like these evictions. They really like to house housing information. And if you look at some of the things that CoreLogic does, it provides information for mortgages and housing and that kind of stuff. You know? And it's crazy because I have something else about utility bills, which we've talked about before. And I always want you to have the most up-to-date information about utility bill stuff because people get these utility collections. Some individual here went from 560 to 750. Okay, still dealing with a few things. So it's, hi, Brandon, hope you remember me. You've been helping me fix my credit, my husband's credit as well. We came from low credits, from 570s to 750 for him and 732 for me. Yay, she says. I still have 2 debts that are persisting, and one of them here, okay, one of them is a utility bill, $1,500 utility bill. The other is $200 phone bill. So the utilities. We have another bureau. William LaShore, what's up? What up, Mr. LaShore? I get your emails. Me and Courtney have been talking and on it. We're looking into things. All right. Don't you worry, sir. Don't you worry. I know some of the subscribe tribe VIPs, but I know some of your faces. I know some of y'all pictures. We've been communicating back on the emails. I'm excited. So we've talked about this before, right? NCTUE. Very small, very quiet, but people have found obsolete, inaccurate, and unverified, not 100% accurate information on there as far as utility bills. If you've got some outstanding utility bills, look into this, okay? And something else I wanted to talk about as far as blacklists, okay? The people have been talking about this recently. I wanted to talk to you about that. That's right. Bills not proof of debt, okay? People say, oh, well, there's an Amex blacklist. I done paid or whatever, and it's off my reports, but I still can't get an Amex. How do I get it? Yeah, here's a trick. Here's a hack. Get it tight, Jerome. Get it. All right, so with Amex, some people have reported being able to become an authorized user on an Amex will get you off such a blacklist. Okay, I don't think anybody's really dealing with that. I don't think people have having that many problems with it. But I just want to let you know any tips, tricks, secrets you can have here that I can get for you. All right. So utility bills, dispute with the bureaus, dispute with NCTUE. Check a look. They share information with one another. Those individuals that are in there utilizing that system, the people that report this junk, okay, this junk stuff, actually are required to share data with each other to use such database. It's wild. It's ridiculous. It's literally in their agreement. All right. Okay. How do I remove repo that is showing paid by a collector? Okay, and the third party is trying to collect. So it's all paid up. Okay, we've got special repo letter that you send out, and we've talked about the deficiency notice. Okay, the deficiency notice is so important. They've got to be able to provide true information on when your stuff was taken, repoed, sold, that they sent you the information. Let me go through right here. Let me pull up this repo letter, because I'm telling you what, a lot of times they do not provide such documentation. And we keep coming back to things. People using the 623 method to see if people have documentation. They don't. It's all been sent to the collector. They're sending letters to exercise their equity. They're sending letters to make sure that documentation is 100% correct. So not only are you going to dispute with the bureaus your 609 letters, because remember, guys, those 609 letters, the verification for the bureaus, doesn't get them off the hook just because you're sending stuff out to the actual collector. No, that's just another realm for them to be trapped up and create violations and all this stuff. Right? You still want to dispute with the bureaus. At the same time, you can use your repossession letters and you can send it out to this collector. Okay, you can even send it to the original holder of the instrument, like you were saying. You're saying it's paid off. See what they have. Okay, please provide copies of legal notices and proof of commercial responsibility manner in a commercially reasonable manner of the resale of subject vehicle. Okay, this is what's so important. They've got to show you that documentation. Okay? If no such proof is provided from receipts of this notice, the alleged claim of deficiency will be considered null and void, and any continued collection activities or continued reporting of this invalid claim and reports will be considered a violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Billing Act. I mean, it goes on and on. That's just a taste. This is a taste of what you have available at 609creditrepair.com, or what we can do for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I found a lawsuit against the collector of my eviction, also followed up with them, telling them they were sued, really helped to get them to remove it. Exactly. You want to not only utilize the information that we have, but any information you find on any specific collector. That's something that is more customized and tailored at the Awesome Life. When we know, hey, this is what's going on with this specific collector, You knew they've been sued before, they lost before. You don't want to go through that route again, do you? Right? And that's what you're basically saying. Hey, you were sued. I could easily do the same. It's very smart. It's very smart. Okay, let's see. How long does it take to come off LexisNexis? Is that what he's, I think? Oh, this is cool. Let me show this. Brandon, don't mean to brag, but I'm in the 700 Club, LOL. 2 months of disputing. Got a bunch of muscles. That's great. Thank you for the super chat. Adrian Avalos, thank you so much. If you have a question, I will look. Is there a letter to update name and address to credit bureaus? Yes, absolutely. Appreciate that. And you know what? It's interesting. I don't think I've read that one to you guys, and I want you to make sure you have that. Sorry, am I typing? I don't know if you've, I probably have read this to you guys as well. But basically what it says is the information is inaccurate. The addresses haven't been substantiated. My names and addresses. And so you'll put in, because it's weird. They'll have like 3 names in there for you. Sometimes your middle name, you don't really go by that. Your credit cards have your first and last name, maybe a middle initial. You have old addresses, okay? And basically what it says is, I've seen this, there's errors, you put your name and addresses. With this amount of identity theft going on, I'm very fearful that someone could mistakenly identify me as someone else with inaccurate information on the report. We've seen it. I have seen people email in their reports saying, this address has been deleted, this address has been deleted, this name has been deleted. It's great. It's really, really great. And it makes it a lot harder to quote unquote verify junk that isn't supposed to be there. Great. Freeze that NCTUE. Outstanding. 866-349-5355. You can freeze NCTUE. And if there's anything there, even more, you can dispute that negative stuff. Yeah. Let's go back. I know you got some questions and I got answers. I apologize. I'm over here scrolling through the questions. All right. How long does it take for LexisNexis to reply? It should be 30 days for LexisNexis to reply. 30 days, that's all they get. That's all they get. Okay. How do I increase score and overcome high utilization besides paying them down? I need a business loan. It's a great question. You want to add good trade lines, good lines of credit that you're not, maxing out. So if you want to add another 10,000, like we've talked before, My Jewelers Club card, and I'll give you the link. All right, Gabriel, I'll give you the link. I don't want you to go without. Okay, I want you to make sure that you have it. Now, of course, there's even though it's subprime lending, there's a couple of stipulations. You can't be in an active bankruptcy. That is pretty much the deal breaker. But even so, everything else is usually pretty good. You'll be okay. Just double check, and they're gonna want you to make one little purchase, I think. Okay, but they're going to give you $5,000 in a primary trade line in your name. The same thing with New Coast Directs. Okay, that's $10,000 to you. Okay, now there's also other trade lines for you, and I'm going to give you other trade lines that other individuals can use, and I'm sure you've heard of it. Ox Publishing. Okay, Ox Publishing, and all right, we've got. I'm going to put this in here as well. Boom, boom, you got it. And Hutton Chase. All right. Put this in here as well. All of these could boost you up. We believe it's about 14K in trade lines, in primary trade lines. I have to double check again, but I think it was about 14K. That's going to give you a lot of available credit. Anyone who wants to do that, usually subprime, you be in the 500s, you usually can still get it. That's going to increase your credit. And so your utilization is going to come down, right? As you get negative items off, because sometimes, and I've seen this and it shouldn't be in there, but charge-offs that still carry balances will still be in your utilization. As those come off, your utilization will come down. Yes. Your utilization goes down, your credit score can come up, and of course, you can pay a little bit. You want to get that business loan, okay? Not only will you be able to use your own personal guarantee, but as you move on and you start actually generating revenue for the company, you'll be able to use the vendor accounts that you get, and you will be able to build business credit without giving your personal guarantee. Those lines, and this is what's interesting about business credit, is those lines basically need to be utilized, aged, seasoned, right? People talk about seasoned trade line. It's not just the age, the utilization, using it on time, doing it, showing that you can manage the account. When you go to business loans, whatever bank you go to, you may have a bank rate with them. It's about how much money you keep in the account flowing through, that kind of stuff. Those are the types of things that you want to look into when you're looking into a business loan. That allows them to lend with confidence and say, okay, this individual and this company, this C Corp, S Corp, LLC, partnership, limited partnership, whatever it is making its own money. It's like a person. You want to think of it just like a person because that's how it looks like in the eyes when it is taxed. It's just like a person. So what would you want to see in a lending when you're lending to a business and a person? You want to see the long history of trade lines, big credit, right? A lot of available credit without having the used up utilization. On-time payment history is huge. That's the main focus for the payback score. On time. Do you pay your bills on time? Does the company pay its bills on time? That's what they're going to get excited for to lend. And then they'll be like, yeah, let's give this person money because now they're going to give it back. We're going to give it back with interest. What credit union do you get? What credit union do you recommend to get a personal loan in LA, California? Well, you would have to look in your area, what works for you and what you qualify for. Some stuff that we like are the big bad Navy Fed and that, but I was in the Army Reserve. So Navy Fed, my buddy, my partner has, what is it? Penn Fed, some more federal stuff. I've seen some great success in big lending with that. So you want to see what's available to you and what you qualify for, because having my military background, I qualify for different things. So I just want to be cautious about what you specifically need. But credit union it's going to be night and day since a big bank, usually. My man, been waiting all day, so thank you so much. And Greg Smith said, any credit union, brother. William LaShore, C Corps rock. Truth, C Corps are pretty awesome. They also give a lot of fringe benefits to owners and directors, but that's for another story. And I won't tell you which one I prefer. I'll let you decide on your own, all right? Pamela, I trust you because you go live. Brandon, I trust your credibility and largely based on your ability to be live online. No one would be live if they were not for real. We all trust you. Well, I appreciate you, Pamela. I appreciate you. I trust all of you doing good by you and your family and the subscribe tribe here and helping everybody out and being of great value. Coming online during your holiday weekend. I mean, who else would be here? 100 amazing people I get to talk to. This was phenomenal. Other places, other avenues, I wouldn't be able to reach as many people. So I'm very blessed and very thankful that I was able to be here with you today. You need to send certified when disputing inaccuracies with secondary agencies like LexisNexis and CoreLogics. I would say it's of great value to do so. It's of great value to do so. You don't have to, right? But what recourse do you have? Where's your proof? Yeah. So I always say certified. Certified is usually best. I recommend it. But hey, everybody's on different financial schedules and budgets. I'm not trying to push you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. If you want to do first class and that's better for your budget, do so. Just get them letters out, change your life. You know what I mean? Get into it. Because it's a world of difference on the other side. People know that have been on the other side. You've been on the other side, you come back, you go on the other side again, or this is your first time on the other side. People are getting cars and houses and traveling the world, being able to help their children out. I had a gentleman who was on the phone. I was with a client, got his son into Morehouse College, and he was like, man, if it wasn't for boosting my score and this and that, I may not have been able to finance that Morehouse. And that was important to him and his family. You know, who's to tell them otherwise? That's important to them. That's what they get. If for you it's a car, a dream car, that's the switch for you. No one can tell you otherwise. But right now they can tell you otherwise if you're dealing with bad credit, right? Otherwise, they can't. But when your credit is good, when your name is clean, you're good to go. Star says, after collections came off with the letters, I finally got a credit card with $5,000 limit. You're the man. FYI, collection is $1,200. That's a great swing. Star, congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know we've been going back and forth on the emails as well, so that's good. And guys, if you want to get in touch with me, email me, okay? Email me. I'm on that email like a vulture, like a puma, okay? I will help you. Now, this is what's great. That's a great swing. You got $1,200 off of your credit, right? Off of your credit reports without looking bad. Now you got a good $5,000 available to you. Now, of course, we don't want to use up all that $5,000, but it looks good. And it is available to you if you really needed it. It's much different, much different. All right. I need your help. I'm ready. Uptown, big paper pink. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let me make sure that everybody, lottie-dottie, everybody has my email. Make sure you have mine as well. Great. Yolanda, if you're interested in us doing the work for you, me taking a look and all that good stuff, you can email. And again, anyone who wants the Awesome Life group to get in on that, we can help you out as well. And if not, I am more than happy to teach you how to do it yourself, sending the letters, seeing what these fools come back with these reports, the nonsensical things they say, how to adjust fire and send the next rounds. And I think that's the big difference now. Now really looking at any other thing out there. When you come here and you do the do-it-yourself side, you still have somebody here on the emails for you that are gonna say, hey, try this, try that, let's do this, let's try that. Maybe you need to do this, maybe you need to do that. That's what you get when you get that package at 609creditrepair.com, when it's beyond committed, when you're going for the goal, you have a great coach, yeah? I love you so much. I'm up there. Joseph, I love you. I love you so much. That's funny. I love you so much. 34 points adding self-lender, then 4 points collection gone. Up 77 points with my jewelry club, all from your advice. Well, I appreciate you, Joseph. I'm very, very pleased that things worked out so well for you. Man, I'm excited for you. I'm floored. I'm really floored that you said that you hate that I love you so much. That's funny. So yeah, that kind of threw me. But that's it, guys. It really is. It doesn't have to be too complicated. Sometimes it can be challenging. But when you're adding those good credit lines, okay, when you're adding good revolving credit, because they like to see revolving credit, when you're getting the negative items off, it's just merely mathematics and that algorithm that allows you to go off and do whatever you want to do. I have people emailing in now, you know, like what loan do you get now? What car do you want to get? How do I travel? It's phenomenal. Okay, let's see what we got. Also, you was sending me an email check. Okay, Equifax keeps sending me an email to check my results online, nothing in the mail. Okay, great. They love to do this. I don't even know how they got our email addresses because I've gotten those email addresses, that email before when I was disputing. And I was like, forget this, man. I'm not doing this. I'm waiting for stuff to come in the mail. Okay, and usually what I will admit, I did opt in once to see my stuff online. But then I didn't do it again. I didn't look online and stuff still came in the mail. So if they're not sending you stuff in the mail, make sure you send that non-response letter because this is what they want to do. They want to say, oh, well, we sent it online. Well, maybe, you know, it's a third party. You don't really see it. And they're shucking and jiving, playing games, allowing wiggle room. You don't want to allow anyone any wiggle room for anything. It's definite. It's direct. These are the disputes on this date. You got it on this time. You signed for it here. And this is when it should be back in the mail and it should say deleted. And if it doesn't, you need to tell me what your method of verification is, how you have it. Let me see the proof. Let me see the contract. It's clear cut and they want to play games and try and manipulate and all that stuff. It's nonsense. Nonsense. Yeah. Great. So coming up towards the ends of it, they haven't given those contracts. Kajula 2. Okay, those are handles on YouTube, so I apologize. So this is the next step. Complaints, of course, but you want to start the process of sending out a demand letter, which tells them they can't use eOscar's system. So not only do you, again, you'll send the final dispute, but this demand letter, which we've talked about, is very clear. And it will say, hey, okay, if you had investigated properly rather than using eOscar, you would have known that not only have I never been late on this account, but I'm not even sure this account is even mine, okay? But your company claims that it's been verified. And every time you guys go to court, Cushman versus TransUnion, Stevenson versus Experian, and Richardson versus Equifax, all the courts rule every time that CRAs cannot merely what they find from the collectors and creditors. They can't just use EOSCR. They have to do a reasonable investigation. If you don't, it's a $1,000 violation. I think a lot of people don't want to necessarily go that route, but I've seen people do it, and they've gone to court and they've got deletions very quickly. It's almost, and I don't want to say that it's automatic, but it's very quick, okay? And you want to talk to whomever in the court. It will help you. They'll walk you through the process. It's simpler than we would give it credit for. I actually saw the rundown someone sent it. Yeah, Pamela. I think that's who sent it in, Pamela. Star, just file a small claim to get those collections off. That's it. And you have, this is great. That's why I love the subscribe shop here, to validate and protect you guys and what you're doing. That's exactly it. And anybody, like Kajula too, if you're going through that, boom, you file, boom, just like Pamela said. After Brandon's 30-day letters, great, exactly. You give them that opportunity to trap themselves up, okay? You give them opportunity to not do what they're supposed to do. And you will find that it becomes much easier because you have the case. You gave them the opportunity. Because if you just go and then they're like, oh, well, you didn't do anything. What is this? Well, we'll do a verification. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, or we deleted it or whatever. But if they fail, you get to collect on every item. We had an individual who had a bunch of inquiries, called, said, hey, you know, I'm just going to take you to court. It's $1,000 every item here. I've got a bunch of inquiries. Boom. They took it off. And I think you saw it. Just came out this recently. Garrett was talking about that. So it's very, very easy for you. Okay. Okay, let's see. One more question. I'm gonna probably go here a few more minutes. I just want to let you know, not only that I really appreciate you guys, but I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I know a lot of you guys have Monday off, so enjoy. I'm not gonna keep you guys too much longer. Let's try and get one more question here. I'm having a good time. And maybe, yeah, someone was saying, you don't sleep enough. Maybe I should grab some sleep. Okay. Hello, I'm new to my credit. Okay, hello, I'm new here and ready to repair my credit. Where do I begin? Personal update letter. Where do I find it? Okay, Kevin, if you're missing that, let me make sure. Email me. And again, if you guys have any questions after this relatively swift live stream, feel free to email me. Feel free to get in touch. All right. Where do I start with credit repair? Amongst other things, you want to get your good 3 credit reports. Most people start with the Credit Karmas, which is okay, but you want all 3. Find all the adverse stuff. What's not 100% verified, you can put that on your 609 letters. You can send it certified mail, notarized to the credit bureaus, right? To the credit bureaus. Okay. Why do we notarize it? It becomes a legal affidavit that must be responded to. It's another way to trap them up. So they're supposed to respond to it. Other than that, there are much more advanced techniques that we have available. We have collection letters. We've got HIPAA letters. People are getting medical bills and junk and medical crap off for HIPAA letters. So there's a lot of options for you, Tracy's take. And again, my email is available. Joseph, 509 to 651, and I'm just getting started. Thanks again. You're very welcome. I appreciate you so very much. All right, guys. So let's see. We get mid 500s to 760s in 60 days. That's amazing. I appreciate you so much. This is a great question. Okay, we're going to finish on this question. I've moved and the debt was in the old state. Which SOL do collectors have to abide by? Think about it. Okay? This is great. Where are they going to be able to quote unquote sue? Okay, I'm going to tell you what specifically happened to me. I'm going to tell you generalized how this should work and how it does work. To me, I moved from one state into another state. The statutes of limitation of the state where I currently lived and reside in now applied. Those applied. Not where I was and not where the contract started, because the collector was trying to collect in this state, so this statute of limitation applied, and all the venue was here in this state, and it was in this court, okay? We fought, I got a consumer protection lawyer, we won, it was dismissed. These collectors had nothing, and this is where I learned a lot of this information. So they had nothing. Now, what happens is, collectors are going to try to do whatever they can to make it easy for them. However, because they're doing business in this state or your state, trying to get you to pay from there, they usually have to come in there and get that venue. Now every state needs a license, but for the reason that if they need a license, then that's it. Okay. Now here's the thing. If the SOL expired, like as I was saying, the SOL expired from the other state, okay, and you move, that is what exists, whatever's shortest, okay? So if you move and you're like, it already expired, it doesn't restart by you moving into a new state, all right? Typically, they have very little recourse once you're in someplace, that venue. They would have to drag you into their state, okay? And if they wanted to do such a thing, they would really have to prove that they can do that, just what they're saying, and they have the rights to do business in that state and not collect in that state. It's very interesting, and I've looked into it, and I've seen that most of the time they try to sue you in your state. That's what happened to me, and you can look into it. And they want to try to establish venues that are easiest for them, but it becomes very challenging. And most of the time, they don't really want to take you anywhere to court or all that stuff, right? And these statutes of limitation on them being able to collect becomes very challenging if they can't verify the account, right? So you can take their butts to court, like we were talking about. So for the most part, they're not going to challenge you on it because they ain't got jack. They got nothing, all right? So don't let the SOL freak you out, okay? You can get items deleted. Many people do. And they do it at 609creditrepair.com, or we do it for them at theawesomemindgroup.com. If you have any other questions, concerns, comments, reach out to me. Reach out through the computer, and I will be back in touch. You know, I love to do these live streams on the weekend, guys. So I appreciate you all so very much. Please, if this video helps you out, give a thumbs up. I want you to go and enjoy your holiday weekend. I will try and do the same myself, even though I love to work as well. I will talk to you very soon, and until I see you in person, I will see you guys on the other side. Thank you, and take care.